Oh, right. I forgot that I had set this to start right on the game screen. No, but that's okay. That's okay. But what's not okay is not having the desktop audio on. That one is definitely not okay. Hello, good evening. Ihezuze, welcome one and all to another stream by Kairi Akira. Well, no, fuck, no, Kairi Akira is no more. Now there is only Atari Yeo. The force of habit just came straight out, came out of nowhere. Like, wow. Old habits die hard, as they say. Sounds fine to me. Okay, awesome. Welcome to another stream by Atari Yeo, not Kairi Akira, as I have earlier seemed to have implied. So yeah, how is everyone doing? Anyone who, oh right, anyone who may or may not be watching. I need to work on these intros. I feel like every single time I have a completely different one. So yeah, today we are playing this little game that I honestly think that this is kind of an obscure game because, like, the only reason why I know of it is because it was recommended to me on Steam. I've never heard anyone talk about it. I've never seen anyone even like mention its existence. Like, the only reason why I know of it is literally because of Steam. But it did seem like something that I would be interested in, and I bought it, and well, I wasn't disappointed. Like, I'm not too used to city builders. Hi, Thunder Dragon Legends, welcome. I'm not too used to city builders, but like, but that is something that I want to change in the future, actually. But one thing that I thought about this game is that, oh, this is probably gonna be a good, like, chill Zatsu game. Like, it's going to be easy for me to talk while playing this game. So yeah, like, I'm just gonna say it right now. I am not expecting like big numbers to come from this stream because, like, who has even heard of Islanders? Like, like honestly, like, people on chat, had you ever heard of this game before you saw it here? Like, that's the next game that Atari is going to play. Like, had anyone ever heard of it? I'm genuinely curious. Let me just select the actual window. I could play this game in full screen mode, but honestly, I don't. Is it the one where Vikings invade periodically? No. This is a lot more chill than that. I don't think that Vikings even. I don't think that anyone or anything invades. Like, because the way that the game works is that, okay, so you're gradually given more and more complex islands, and you have to reach a certain amount of points to move to the next island. This one that you see on the opening screen is the last one that I had been working on, quote unquote. Because like I said, this game is like, it's super chill. Looks mildly familiar, but I'm not confident about it. Yeah, no, like, I mean, it's like, this is what I usually think of when I think of Unity asset games. Even though this is like a good example of one, like, like, I don't know. Hello, Jonathan, welcome. Then I'm confusing it with something else, and I have never heard of this one. Yeah, no, see? Like, and, I don't know if this stream is gonna make anyone actually interested in the game. I mean, I like it. I play it a lot when it comes, like, when I'm just, oh, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just fiddle around with it a bit. Like, my high score is terrible compared to... like, you can see my online rank right there. Like, out of all the people who have played that game, I am that rank. See? See? Like, I'm on the top 500,000. So, yeah. So, yeah. Is Nadia Kita the author? No. No. No, Nadia Kita, I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's okay for that to be, like, out in the open. No, Nadia Kita is my name on Steam. Like, every time that you see, like, you know, a Steam game, that I'm playing and you see the name Nadia Kita, yeah, that's my name. That's my name. But, like, it's okay because, like, if anything happens, I can just change it or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, and Nadia and Kita are two characters from Atlantis. There's a little bit of a clue there. Oh man. So yeah, like I said, but actually that is interesting that you bring that up, Cyanic Core. That was entirely coincidental, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, like the short version of how that happened, and then we're actually gonna go into the game. Okay, so when I was first developing Atlantis for, you know, being the background of the Vtuber that would eventually become Atari Yeo, but at the time was Kairi Akira. I was also developing a language, and at the time, the lore of Atlantis was going to be intrinsically linked with Egyptian mythology. So what I wanted to do was something similar to what Mark Okrand did with Disney's Atlantis, which was develop a language based on ancient Egyptian. Now the problem is that ancient Egyptian is very closed off, like, you know, with words, like, and it was very complicated to do it, so I eventually gave up on that idea. But one of the words that I had already, you know, come up with, was Akira to mean star. Why? I basically went like, okay, so I'm not gonna change any vowels, which, by the way, the ancient Egyptian language, if you want to know what vowels they used, you have to go to Coptic. You have to go to Coptic. That's the only place where you can, like, get remnants of what the vowels in ancient Egypt were, because they didn't record vowels. The only vowels that they recorded were, like, some oo's and some e's. Like, and I don't even remember if they had recorded e's. I don't think that they did. It was only ahs and oo's. And they did have two ahs, you know, a very open ah and a more like So yeah. Oh wait, no, they did. No, they did. I do think that they had e's, because that's how we have Inpu, which is, you know, one of Anubis's names. But yeah, long story short, that's where I got Akida from. It was from a word that meant star, and that in my notes, in the notes that I was using to study and to develop the language, star was written as A with like a big A, Q, D. And I pretty much went like, okay, so I'm gonna change every Q to a key, and then I am going to just choose like the vowels that I want for for any words that don't have them. So that's how I ended up with Akida. So, so yeah. And yeah, it was only after I did that that I was like, wait, Akida, Kida Nedak from Disney. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So that's how it happened. I'm still kind of sad that that version of the language didn't go through, but I think that connecting the entirety of Atlantis to just Egypt is a little bit, I don't know, limiting. Because like everything that I did would have to have, you know, Egypt as a backdrop. Also, like, you know how I say that there's, like, you know, this giant crystal that is kind of like the Master Emerald but not. Initially there was to be a goddess sealed in there, who was the goddess who was also responsible. Who was also responsible for the creation of Atlantis as a whole. And that was Nath. Nath or Nate. The problem with that is that Nath has been a pretty active kind of like goddess, like with worshippers and stuff, so it didn't really make sense for her to be, you know, stuck in this one location for thousands of years while other people still, you know, knew of her and worshipped her and stuff like that. And yeah, I eventually decided to cut everything that had to do with, like, you know, solely ancient Egypt and you know, just start anew. Which is why now the Atlantean language that I use is a cipher substitution for Portuguese. Kairi Akida, I wonder what happened to that guy. Yeah, I don't know. Last I checked, he was, I think he was still streaming. I think it was just under a different name. Probably was ashamed of sharing a name with a Kingdom Hearts character. Thank God, finally a vowel immediately latches onto the word. Yeah, that was pretty much what was happening while I was trying to develop that language. Yeah. Oh, and then there was also the difficulties with, you know, trying to come up with, like, grammar that wouldn't sound, you know, like super stilted. Yeah, and then I basically went like, look, this is taking way too long for what it is. This is only like for lore purposes, and it's not even like going to be a big deal. So I better just do what Star Fox Adventures did. I better just do what Final Fantasy X did, like with all bed and dino language. And just make it a cipher substitution. Except not a cipher substitution from English, because that's what everyone does. No, I'm gonna use the other language that I know very well. So yeah. If you noticed, I've been using some Atlantean in my community posts. Like, I've been saying stuff like Siekera and Sieliuka. Those two, by the way, Siekera means good afternoon. Sieliuka means good night or good evening. And then there's also Simrue, which I barely use because my sleep schedule is abysmal and I'm never awake during during like any time of day that would be considered morning. So you don't hear me say that one all that much. Because Simrue means good day or good morning. So yeah, I barely use that one. But yeah, okay. Let's start the game, and then I can talk a bit more, but while actually playing. Are you sure? Yes, let's go. Hello, Antonio. Oh, game over. Oh, so sad. Hi, new around. Hi. Yes, I wanna make a new game. Oh wait, I could have taken a picture of this island. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hello, Drill Kudas. Hi. Don't worry, guys. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. I was just talking about. I mean, depends on what you consider missing. I was talking a bit about the lore. Well, about the lore. No, about like the history of you know, the Atlantean language and what I what I have done over the years and stuff. By the way, I can't. There's a bunch of VTubers that I've been watching, that I've been seeing, that they're just now celebrating their fourth anniversary, and I'm like, really? These people only started VTubing 1 year earlier than me? That's crazy. Also, I do want to make something special for my 3rd anniversary, but I'm still not sure what it should be. It's going to depend. It's going to depend a lot on what kind of cash I have available. A few months leading to that. Water. Okay, so what are you gonna give me? Okay, I always prefer the farming stuff to the lumber stuff because I'm a silly hippie boy, and chopping down trees makes me sad. So yeah. But one of the reasons why I like this game is that you can pretty much imagine what Atlantis is like by looking at this. Like the aesthetic is not too far off, but I only found that out after playing it. I was like, oh hey, this is kind of what I want to do with Atlantis. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take down those trees either way. I'm seeing so many fours, but it feels so long ago. Yeah. Except for me, I feel like I have been barely doing this. But then I remember, wait, no, Atari, it's like, you're going on your 3rd year now. The day shift crew keeps messing up and not leaving me the keys to the construction site, so I'm getting 3 days off. Oh, awesome! Actually, interesting that you bring that up, New Around, because that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. This is like life stuff. This is a funny thing that happened to me this last week. Okay, so this last week I've been enjoying a little bit of vacation time. A little bit, because there's other stuff that has been happening. But yeah, so someone at the shop went like, oh, wait, not at the shop, at the mall where the shop is. Went, wait, these guys haven't been paying their electricity bill. So they cut off the electricity to our shop. Meaning, for almost an entire week, we did not have power. Meaning, we couldn't go to work. Also, hi Jin the Goblin, welcome. Meaning we couldn't go to work, meaning, yeah, we all stayed at home. We all stayed at home for those days. So yeah, it would have been funny. It would have been funny if I wasn't sure that I am going to get paid for those days. Like, because I honestly have no idea if we're going to be paid. I mean, I hope we are. That's the only thing that would make sense, because it's not our fault that that you didn't arrange with the electrical company to, you know, make sure that everything was a-okay. But yeah, how many times have you seen that happening? Like, you know, a mall store just closes for a few days because the people who opened the store were assuming that the electricity would come with, you know, the rent of the place, and then it's actually not, and then they cut you off. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Oh man. Okay. Why did you give me a brewery right after the farm? Like, and nobody lives here yet. Nobody lives here yet. Like, I haven't been able to put up houses. I'm gonna guess that people just live in the mill and the brewery. Also, I'm gonna have to take out all of these trees. Well, not all of them, but some of them in order to make room for this. Yeah. And then this one I'm gonna put, no. Then this one I'm gonna put here. Puzzle so... Oh, I got an achievement. But yeah. Yeah, no, I still don't want a lumber pack. Like, give me the city pack. Oh. Wait, I can place it like that? When I worked in fast food, a transformer across the street would routinely explode, letting us go home early. I love the way that you put it, like, routinely explode. Yeah. Awesome. I don't know how that makes sense. Oh. Okay. I guess the game just let me cheese it. Like, under normal circumstances, this should not be possible. But yeah. But we got a call, like, yesterday saying, oh, hey, you have power again, you can come back now. So, yeah, no, vacation's over. I went home early today because everyone I needed to actually continue my projects was either sick on a business trip or otherwise unavailable. Yeah, that's also something that I don't get. Like, our supervisor seems to be on vacation, like, all the time. Like, every 2 weeks. Like, I understand that she is probably, like, taking vacations, like, you know, like 2 at a time. But it's like, wow, how many vacations does this person take? Okay, okay, so I think I'm gonna make the city... I think I'm gonna make the city, like, closer to the beach. Or on the beach, actually. Ooh, I just realized I'm kind of, I'm hoping the supervisor doesn't cough a second set of keys, cause I like money for nothing. Yeah, no, better keep that a secret. Better keep that a secret. Okay, so, one thing about this game, mansions are freaking annoying. Why? Because their range is very small. This is gonna look a little bit weird, but it's what we can do. Like, this mansion has, like, the whole monopoly of the statue thing. And then the houses... I think the houses can be closer to, like, the brewery. Let's put them in a little bit of an... not in an angle. Like that. Now, I actually like seeing where the door is pointing. Like, make little plazas and stuff. Oh, of course I'm gonna pick the shaman. I mean, of course. Oh, there's two. There's two. It gave me two. I don't think this settlement is big enough to have two shamans yet, but okay. There is no way they can link this to my RL identity, so I'm safe. Yeah. Okay, so let's see where I'm gonna put one of the shamans. I like putting the oh wait, right. Right, the shaman doesn't like being close to the city center. I'm gonna guess because he's a reclusive little weirdo. That's what usually shamans are. Like, most shamans aren't really like me. I've never been able to reach the end state of Islanders. I get too distracted trying to make it pretty. I'm making this matching work aesthetically. Screw the score. That's kind of what happens to me as well. Because at some point I'm like, look, man, I want this to look nice. I want this to look livable. Screw your hard score. Hickey neat. I mean, yeah, like, if these shamans are anything like, you know, modern, like, psychics, yeah, they can afford to do that. Like, I'm gonna charge $90 for each person who wants to get a reading. A reading of what, you ask? I don't know, whatever I feel like at the time. Whatever's in fashion. Like, whatever's in fashion is what I read. Like, what, tarot is not in fashion anymore? Okay, I'll do palm reading. Oh, what, palm reading is not in fashion anymore? I'll just talk about chakras. That usually works. Oh, man. Actually, some in my family has started seeing... Well, no, not exactly started seeing, because they couldn't even be bothered to go there. But yeah, they've started going, quote-unquote, to a psychic. And... honestly, I don't know what to think about... I don't know what to think about that. Like, I've also thought of maybe going, because it's not one of those that's like, oh, I make my entire living out of this. No, it's one of those people who do it like because they can afford to. Like, you pay what you want. Like, you don't have to pay like a humongous amount of money to get a reading and stuff. I've thought of going there just to see how it is. Just to see how it is, and maybe because I could like, you know, do some research on some like lore stuff, because, you know, shaman, like that. But yeah, so I could get maybe some ideas for lore and for you know what I mean. You know what I mean, like, to get some ideas. But one thing that I would need to absolutely do is, I think I would have to cover my mouth a lot while he's doing his stuff so I wouldn't laugh. Because in case you didn't know, I'm the most skeptic shaman you've ever seen. And honestly, some of their practices just make me laugh. Slap a clairvoyant in the face, tell him, didn't see that one coming. I mean, I wouldn't be able to slap one in the face, but yeah. Yeah, but sometimes, but I've seen some ads that make me want to do that, honestly. But yeah. Let me see. You don't believe in ghosts? Okay, that depends. Are you asking Atari? Are you asking Atari, or are you asking the performer? Because if we're talking about Atari, in his own universe, yes, ghosts are a thing. There's no reason not to believe in them because they can actually affect real life. if you're asking the performer, or Atari speaking for the performer in like what we perceive as to be real life, then no. No. That is like no 100% not something that I believe in. Like, I don't believe in anything that can't be proven by the scientific method. Basically. Atari, what? What is it? What is it? Like I said, ghosts exist in the fictional universe that I'm in, not in real life. Come on. It's not that hard to make the I know. I realize that I'm weird. I realize that I'm a weird person. Like, why would one of the most skeptic people alive, at least most skeptic that I know, like, why would someone who does not believe in any of that create a character for themselves that is a shaman? Like, as in someone who deals with, you know, spirit stuff. Like, why would you do that? Atari, that's who I'm asking. Oh, okay. Okay, so me as Atari, I deal with ghosts not on a daily basis, but on a regular basis. So yeah. So yeah, in my own fictional universe, there is no reason to not believe in ghosts. There's ample proof that they actually exist. And that they're in your Wi-Fi. Well, actually not in your Wi-Fi, but some of them can make it into your electrical current, like in your house. Because the thing that makes ghosts exist, the thing that makes ghosts able to exist in my world is also the thing that we use to power stuff. You know, like, okay, you know Final Fantasy VII? You know Livestream? You know Livestream? Yeah. Kind of like that. You can use it in, like, you can use it for, you can use it to power stuff. Except that, we in Atlantis are a little bit more careful about how we use it. Because there's a difference between, like, an actual spirit and just, you know, random dislocated shoulder. No. There's a difference between spirits, ghosts, and just formless energy, basically. But it's still like the same thing. We call it this formless energy, this energy that, you know, that is kind of like, you can think of it like chi, you know, life force, or live stream, etc. We call it Ayala. It has a longer name. It has a longer name, but we shorten it to Ayala. Yeah, we do that with dinosaur spirits too. We call it oil. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, knowing that my car is powered by the spirit of a dinosaur kind of makes it kind of, you know, like, I like that. I hear you, dinosaur brethren. I hear you. Oh man, this is this kind of house is really annoying. Because you either have, oh wait, why is it facing outward? No. Go away, no. Okay, that's a little bit better. See, that's the kind of thing that you're not supposed to do in Islanders, and and I just keep doing it because I want it to look good. Dino power Dino Power, horsepower. Black Paradox. Oh, is that the Junji Ito manga you were mentioning? I haven't read a lot of Junji Ito, but like one thing that his artwork definitely makes me like, oh yeah, I can see why this works. Like, his artwork is so eerie. Like, I just opened one of his books like once, and I was like, oh man, you know, just looking at these drawings, man. Guy has a gift. Guy has a gift for horror, man. Oh, I can already move on to the next island. I'm just like, I'm just wondering where this goes. I don't want to spoil everything since it's only 4 or 5 chapters, but it's topical to this conversation. Then can you try to just give like the bare basics? Like just the bare basics, like, you know, try not to spoil anything. I know that's probably gonna be hard. That's probably a high ask, but yeah, like if you can. So I can at least know what to expect. His cat manga is great. Is his cat manga a horror manga as well? Please tell me it's not. Okay, I think that you guys are talking about the same one, and I'm like, dude, why would you make it so unsettling with the manga with a kitty? By the way, speaking of cats, I have Nemo on my lap right now. Oh, and speaking of Nemo, yeah, that's one thing that I also wanted to talk about. Okay, so you guys know Nemo, right? One of our newer cats. Yeah, he fell from the balcony yesterday. Well, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. 2 days ago. And then we had to take him to the vet to make sure that everything was okay. But it's like, dude, why did you do that? Why did you jump from the balcony? I mean, I don't even know if he jumped from the balcony or if he just, or if he just slipped. Both scenarios are. Oh, now the chat is actually telling you hi. Now that's when you leave. Okay, buddy. Okay, mister. But yeah, no, but everything is fine. Everything is fine. He didn't get hurt. The only thing that you can like tell that happened is that like he has, you know, a little bit of a scar on his left lip. But other than that he's fine. Other than that he's fine. Okay, let's place the mansion first because these things are annoying. And now he's back in the room. Are you gonna come up here again? Are you gonna come up here again? Where? Oh, you want to come up? You want to come up? Come on, come on! Yay! Okay, Nemo's back. Nemo is back! Hello! Nemo is back! Nemo is back! Okay, and he doesn't even know that people all around the world know of his existence. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Yeah. A group of people form a suicide pact, but there are some complications. As a result, they end up with a strange, never-before-seen mineral. Best attempt at a summary without spoilers. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, now this gives me more points.
Yeah. Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He's a crazo.
Out of all our cats, he's the most amicable one. Like, he's the only one who goes on your lap. He's the only one who goes on your lap. He's the only one who, like, behaves at the vet. Okay, sorry, Mr. Shaman, you're gonna get some neighbors. With conspicuously similar houses. I'm sure you don't mind, right? Let me see. What about the fisherman? Fisherman. I never know where to turn the fisherman thing because okay, so do you want the entry point to be facing the island or facing away from it? Like, you know, the door? Eh. Okay, can I put this house over... Can I put this house over here? Oh, wait. Wait, is this how... Yep, this house is exactly like the other ones. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, I just made a... I just made a little bit of, I don't know. You know those neighborhoods that are like 100% planned, like from the beginning? That's what this is giving me vibes of. Do I have a spot to put a fountain though? I think I do. Let me try to put it over there. No, it's too big. It's too big. Okay, no, but I can't put it here. And then one of the people living in these mansions would be like, "Oh, this is my fountain, mine." Yeah, those pre-planned suburbs where all the houses look the same. Yeah. Related to Islanders, have you played Tiny Glade? It was giving me similar vibes, but I haven't tried myself yet. No, not really. I didn't even know that that existed. But it's a... I'm gonna guess that it's a game that's also like available on Steam, right? Oh, okay. These houses are fairly easy to place. And... I hate these mansions. I hate these mansions. Yeah, they look a little bit dystopian. You know that city or town, I'm not sure. That town that the Disney company made, like Celebration, Florida, I think it was. I don't remember what the general, like, what the idea behind it was, like what were, like, why they made it. I do remember there was a purpose for it, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like to house people who would work in Disney World or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But it's a town named Celebration, and it's like, and apparently a lot of people who go there, since it was, you know, made from the ground up and like by a corporation nonetheless. I think that a lot of people who go there say that that it makes them feel kind of uneasy. And I mean, I understand. Oh yeah, is this one like... No, okay, no, this one is not exactly like the others, but yeah. That's the odd one out. Yay, we don't look... It doesn't look as much like a creepy suburb anymore. Pippa did a stream talking about... Really? Pippa Pipkin. We are talking about Pipkin Pippa, right? She did a stream talking about Celebration Florida? Really? Wow. I mean, on one hand, I shouldn't be surprised. But on the other, it's such a niche topic. It's such a niche topic. Like, I'm honestly surprised when people even know what I'm talking about, let alone, like... Wow. Godspeed, Pippa. Holy crap. It's where the Disney Sucks rant came from. Oh, yeah. Yeah, can imagine if it's Disney. Too idyllic, too sterile, too perfect. Yeah, that's what people usually throw at it, you know? Like, yeah, no, this is a little too much. Like, and then there's the whole fact that, you know, reality sets in. These are still people that you're putting in. So yeah, no, if you go to live in Celebration, Florida, you're not going to live in Walt Disney World. You're still going to live in a city or town with other people who are, need I remind you, people. Hello, Joshua Fowler, welcome. Who are still people with their own problems and things that, you know, knowing people, they're not going to leave those outside, you know, the gates of the gates of the town, right? So, yeah. Man, speaking of Disney, I really need to get my schniz together, because we don't swear here unless it's frequently asked questions. But yeah, I really need to get my stuff together and make that Disney tier list stream that I've been wanting to do for like ever. Because that is really one that I wanted. That's just one that I want to get off my chest, you know? Because like, I know you know about the memes, you know, yeah, Disney sucks and all of that, and yes, the corporation sucks. But the movies have a major, like, history. Like, I love studying Disney. I love studying Disney, and that stream would be kind of like a part of it. Especially since, like, yeah, I've already watched Moana 2. I don't know what next movie is on the horizon, but it won't be until, like, I don't know, a year from now. So now would be the perfect time to actually do it. Oh. I never understood, like, why the huts lose points if you put them, like, next to a windmill. That's a little bit weird. What are you implying? Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this hut right next to this mansion. Like, high rent, low rent, high rent, low rent. It sounds fun, absolutely. Yeah. And, like, I think that the problem is that I haven't been able to, like, sit still in one place. Like, right now I'm in my hometown, but then I'm gonna have to go back to the city, you know, because of my part-time job, you know, the thing that makes me money. Because I'm not getting any money from... I still haven't made enough money from YouTube for it to pay me. So, yeah. Loud, maybe? What do you mean, loud? I heard that the strobe lighting of the blade's shadows is actually harmful for modern women. Oh, really? Maybe that's what the developers had in mind. Okay, have no idea about that. Okay, now I have a bunch of mansions. I mean, I'm being silly. I could already go to a different island. Let me see. Okay, so we can still get a few points out of this. And this one, which is, oh. Oh, this actually looks interesting. I mean, there's a little bit of an alleyway over there, but that can be arranged, that can be fixed, or it would if I had actually thought of how to position these. Okay, yeah, let's close that off. And this mansion over here is gonna go, over here. Wait. Could it give me more points? Could it give me more points? If I put, oh yeah. but then it's like right on top of the, okay, you know what, forget it, no. It's fine, it's fine. Never mind, I was thinking of fans. Oh. Okay, oh. Oh, I thought I was turning it to that other side. Okay, forget it. Okay, pick one. Park. Yeah, sure, why not? This is when it starts getting a little bit, oh boy. Oh, wow. Oh, that is a lot of points. Yes, please. And also another one here. And fountain. Oh, I can put a fountain here. Okay. Yeah, no, like, I've also heard about, you know, the whole thing of, you know, Disney fans being kind of annoying. I know the kind of Disney fans that they're talking about. Usually it's, you know, those people who make it like a yearly tradition to go to Walt Disney World and think that Disney can do no wrong, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm not one of those. I have never even been to a Disney park. I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to because, well, first of all, my dad didn't used to like, you know, venturing out too much. And it was like, and like in my family, it was usually like what my dad wants goes. Like no one else has a say. It's just, okay, is that okay with it? Then yes. Is that not okay with it? Then, well, we weren't a democracy. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, so my dad was never big on big travels. So yeah, I've never gone to any Disney parks, even though I wanted so badly to go to Euro Disney. And yes, it was Euro Disney back then. This was before it was renamed Disneyland Paris. I wanted to go to Euro Disney so bad, and my dad knew it. But he never he just saw it as, oh yeah, that's one thing, that's the thing that, like, yeah, Atari wants to go to Euro Disney, well, too bad, I want a Porsche and I can't get one, so Atari can't go to Disneyland. Oh gosh, Disney adults, yeah, nightmare to talk to. Yeah. No, I know some people who like Disney a lot, but also because they live like in California, and it's kind of like, and they actually live around the area where Disneyland is, so to them it's like, it's local history, so like it's important to them. But there are some people who don't have that excuse. There are some people who just absolutely don't have that excuse. It's just, oh yeah, no, Oh yeah, no, I'm just going to say that Disney can do no wrong because that is honestly what I believe, and I'm gonna watch all the live-action movies, and I'm going to watch all the series, and solution: rent a Porsche and drive it to Disneyland. Why weren't you around when my dad was alive, PPA? Why weren't you there? Man, I would have loved to have leveraged that against my dad. Like, hey dad, okay, so let's I propose to you a deal. We rent a Porsche and we drive to Euro Disney. Like, you get to drive a Porsche, which is like one of your lifelong dreams. Like, okay, you don't get to own the Porsche like you wanted, but you get to experience it. You get to experience it. And and I get to go to Euro Disney. Me and my brother, we get to go to Euro Disney. And Mom, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, she was also one of the reasons why we didn't go, because she doesn't really like long trips, especially not plane trips. I mean, if we think about Atari's mom as being from Atlantis, that makes perfect sense. Because you're the time traveler here, not me. Yeah, no, that's when I wish that my time traveling abilities were not... Well, the abilities aren't mine. They're from the Tier of Tides, which is this thing that is cut off because VTube Studio. Like, the jewel. Like, the jewel and the jewel on the staff. That's the Tier of Tides. That's the thing that allows time travel. And going a little bit back on the conversation, I remember that there is, like this big ass jewel that powers the entirety of Atlantis, and is also a very important artifact for like our religion and stuff. Yeah, this is a part of that. This was broken off of that, and we believe that it was to seal something inside. Like, it was broken, like something was sealed inside and broken into two pieces, so that the thing that's inside wouldn't escape. That's a little bit of more lore for ya. So yeah, and why do I get to have this? Because I'm the Grand Shaman. I'm the equivalent of a High Priest. So yeah, in fact, the only reason why I don't call myself like, the High Priest of Atlantis, because that's a lot easier to understand than the Grand Shaman of Atlantis, is because priest in English has a different connotation than it does, for example, in Portuguese. Like, in Portuguese, the words that we use, like, if you say the word for priest in Portuguese, you're not talking about, for example, a Christian priest or a Catholic priest. You are just not. In English, that's not the case. Usually when you talk about a priest, you're talking about any kind of priest, not related to any religion, which also means that you're talking about Christian priests. And I didn't want to be confused. I didn't want to confuse people with that, so I went like, actually, my duties are closer to those of a shaman anyway. Even though I am the high priest, but yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a little bit easier for that. Yay, more lore drops. Speaking of shamans, let's finally put the Oh, so this is already a different one. Okay, I thought I was placing the second one. But nope. Okay, what if I put this house here? Okay, so this shaman here, his family lives here, and and he talks to his oh man, what do you call, what do you call them, like he talks to his customers, let's call him that. He talks to his customers here, and then he goes back in for lunch. I even make the distinction between priest and non-priest based on whether they're performing ritual sacrifices. Additional qualifier at a temple. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, I think that according to some definitions, I wouldn't even be a shaman. I mean, I've said it before. I'm a little bit more akin to like the priestesses, the priestess of Delphos. Like the Pythia. That's what she was called. Down to the whole, oh, you need an appointment and you need to book it like months in advance. Because we usually hold those things like on the full moon, like, but not just during the night. It doesn't have to be just during the night. But yeah, like when the full moon, when it's full moon, like they say, like as a shaman, I can say that it's not really all that much of a difference, but symbolically it's when the spirits are more like active, like they're more active on full moons. And yeah, that is true, but not to the extent that some people in Atlantis seem to think it is. Like, that they're only active during full moons. Like, no, they're active like all the time. What are you talking about? Which incidentally is why Protestants who don't believe in the real presence only have pastors. Huh, yeah. Okay, what are you gonna give me next? Oh, a plateau. Let me see. Oh, okay. You know what? No, I'm gonna go to the next island. Yes, I'm gonna expedite. I'm going to expedite the next island. I think I only have one island saved on the island's archive. Oh wow, that's whoa, that's a big one. That's holy crap. Doesn't have sand, which makes me sad though. It's one of those like crag islands, I think. Which is what I think a lot of the coast of Ireland is. Like you don't really hear much about, the beach scene in Ireland. Correct me if I'm wrong, I've never been to Ireland. Lumber pack or farming pack? No, let's go farm. Let's go at the farm. Farmy. Farm. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to put the farm somewhere where it won't bother any other construction. I mean, at least in this island, I can understand how people would be able to go from one place to the other. There are some that this thing randomly generates that I'm like, how do people live here? Like, because that's one of the things that I keep caring about in these games, and that you can't really, which is, oh, is this livable? Is this like plausible? Yeah, I hate it when there's no sand for a pretty dock area, yeah. Okay, but for now, we're just doing the little the little farm. Seriously. By walking up cliffs and cross tight ropes. How else would you do it? True. True, Neelok. True. Oh, man. Yeah, like, for example... I mean, one thing that I could do with this one, but I wouldn't get any points for it, would be, like, place the inevitable shaman here, like, on top of this mountain. It could be like, oh, shaman of the mountain, what is your wisdom? And then the shaman would be like, how did you get here? Well, how did you get here? Oh, great shaman. Oh, what? Okay, goodbye, trees. Goodbye, trees. I wanted the brewing pack. I wanted to make beer. Why? You don't even like beer. I know. But it's closer to farming than lumberjacking. This island is occupied entirely by ghosts, don't worry. Bed sheets floating around. Yeah. Oh man, now I actually wanted to see that, you know, like little bed sheets. Woo! 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 I mean, the cursor kind of looks like a bedsheet ghost. A bedsheet ghost. Ooh, look at this rock that I just found. When I say go, let ready to go. When I say it, not me, you somethings. I forgot the meme. I forgot the meme song.
Oh, hi, Kiba. How are you?
We have another visitor.
This time is Mr. Kiba, the biggest cat in the house. And he's probably jealous of Nemo because sometimes he likes to come up to my lap. But right now there's no room. There is just no room, Kiba. I'm sorry. Okay, so sawmill. Oh wait, no, you can only put in the sawmill after. Okay, I can't put this to. Oh, Kiba, what is it? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Kiba, come on. Kiba, I'm sorry. Do you want a pillow? Do you want a pillow? Oh man. Yeah, he wanted to lie on my lap, but Nemo's already here. Aw. Kibi, I'm sorry. Please don't be mean to Nemo because of this, okay? Kiba has a little bit of an issue with, you know, asserting his dominance while Nemo is around. I think he sees Nemo as a little bit of a threat. But like, dude, you're massive. Why are you scared? Why are you scared of a little kitten for? I mean, not that Nemo is like, you know, that little anymore. But oh, I think that my model is acting weird. Has he tried T-posing? Actually, no. Kiba, have you tried T-posing on Nemo? No, I don't think he has. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Yeah, facing the mill. Yeah. And I'm not even gonna say one of the things that he does, like, openly. Because, it would get my channel demonetized. Now let your imagination fill the gaps, I guess. In other news, I found out that Kiba is, bye. It was very surprising for everyone. He is... But, like, okay, all jokes aside, Kiba really is a weird cat. Like, I don't think that we've been able to figure him out yet. I hope that... Wait. Is my model okay? I think that my model is kind of lagging. Let me... No, okay. Seems to be fine. Okay, let's do City Pack now. And this is where people work. Okay, let's make it so that this is where people work and this is where people live. Okay, let's put the city center somewhere where I can put a shaman and them not being bothered. Okay, like here. I keep putting the city center like next to other objects, and I'm not sure if that's weird cat is redundant. All cats are weird. I mean, yes, no, you're right. You're right, Jin. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. No, I think that the thing about Kiba is that he's, how can I put this? I can usually get a pretty good read on what a cat is like after like a few days of living with them. I haven't been able to do that with Kiba. Because like on one hand he's super chill. On the other, he is the most scaredy cat. The scariest cat that I've ever seen. Like, he can't make up his mind on what kind of cat he is. The other night I dreamed that a lot of animals were passing through our backyard. Among them a pack of unusually small manuals battling with this larger cat. I mean, that definitely sounds like manuals. Oh man. I love palace cats. They're so silly. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave a little bit. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can... Okay, so we can make the city center here, and then this is where the plebs live. No. Not sure if this is gonna actually give me points, though. Okay. So. And this is where the house is facing. Yeah. Something tells me that I'm not gonna be able to. Also, two very realistic but still cute Vaporeons. Of all Pokemon, Vaporeons. Oh, dang it. Oh, another mill. I hate it when it gives me another mill. Okay, so this mill is gonna go over here, where it can benefit from those. Okay, it only makes sense that it's facing the same way. So it can benefit from those things, but still not interfere with the workings of the other mill.
Okay, let me see. Where would be the best place to put a shaman? Can I put him like on top here? No. Okay, but I can over here. I can't, like, he doesn't gain anything if I put him up here. What about here? A 6. And he definitely gets more if I put him here. Okay. So if you want to go see the shaman, you have to climb, not the mountain, but this little mound over here. Also, I like the implication that shamans like flowers. Like, you gain points if you put it next to a flower. Oh man, let me just check something. Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about is, so serendipity is on my side because tomorrow there's gonna be a Pokemon Direct, right? And I just so happened to have started playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, which means that and they're probably going to I don't know, talk about Pokemon Legends Z2A, which probably means that the algorithm is going to be on my side again. The other time, it was because I was playing Sonic Frontiers while the hype for Sonic X Shadow Generations was on. And now, again, by just pure dumb luck, I'm going to be playing a game that is going to be extra searched in the next few days. I mean, if they do reveal something about Pokemon Legends Z2A, which, like, it's been a year since the reveal, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you give us any news about Pokemon Legends Z2A? Like, at least let us know who the starters are gonna be. But who doesn't like flowers unless you're allergic? I mean, yeah, or you could be like my brother who loves flowers but is also allergic to them, which is a winning combination if I've ever seen one. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. Yeah, next Saturday. And I'm probably also gonna actually talk about whatever is on the Nintendo Direct. Because, I mean, whatever, well, not the Nintendo Direct, the Pokemon Direct. Because, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, I hope that they reveal interesting stuff. It would be kind of, I was gonna say that it would be kind of mean if they didn't reveal anything interesting, but that's not exactly the word. That's not exactly the anticlimactic, I think. Especially since, when is Pokemon Day? Or has it already been? I haven't been keeping up. Oh, okay, so now Fisher. Okay. Where am I gonna have him fish from? Yeah, because I don't need the brewing pack for now. Oh, I completely... Oh! I forgot that I had these. Okay. One here and another one here to get some extra points. To get some extra points so that I don't lose. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, I am interested in Pokemon Legends Z2A, but on the other hand, I'm also kind of like, I'll have to see what they do with it. Because I am not the biggest fan of Kalos, like, at all. To me it's a bit of a
How can I put this? I mean, two of my least favorite regions are Sinnoh and Kalos. But with Sinnoh, like Pokemon Legends Arceus, actually, Arceus. We agreed that that's what we were gonna call it. So yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus, kind of, in some ways, kind of redeemed Sinnoh in my eyes. Like it made it actually interesting, and I'm kind of hoping that Z2A does the same thing for Kalos. Because honestly, my experience with Kalos just hasn't been great. There's no nice way to put it. Like from the beginning, it was super strained. Oh wait a second. I need to make sure that I'm not blocking off any doors. You know what I think this game needed? A way to like in free mode, like when you're not doing the high score mode, a way to choose what buildings you can position. Because I like making my own islands and not having to worry about the high score. But I'm still limited by what the random generator gives me. Like for example, if it gives me, you know, 2 of these on a row, like I can, you know, combine them. But for example, if it starts giving me nothing but like these houses, then it's like, ugh. Hello, Barney. Welcome. This game is Islanders. It calls itself a minimalist city builder. It came out in 2019, and it has become a chill out game for me. You know, like on those times that I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed and blah blah blah. It has become one of those games that I kind of turn to when I'm, you know, feeling a little bit stressed, because as you can see, it's pretty chill. So I pretty much chose it because today I just wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of things, and I thought, you know, Islanders is good for Zatsuing. So yeah. So let's just do that. Let's play Islanders. Do you make islands and stuff? Not really. I do not make the islands, but I kind of populate them. See, like, for example, here I am putting up houses and mansions. This is a shaman. And here we have, like, lumberjack and 2 mills, you know, for farming and stuff. And every time you position one of these things, you gain points. When you get enough points, you get to like either keep developing your island, or you can go explore another one and start from the beginning and get more points. Kiba, what is it? Oh no. Oh no. Kiba, come on. Kiba. Oh, Kibi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's just leaning into my hand. Aww. Like, I don't understand you. I don't understand you, Kiba. I don't understand you. Are you my friend? Are you my friend or not? Like, come on. Aww. Okay, now he's letting me like pet his entire neck. Aw, come on. I'm sorry. You wanted to come to my lab. You wanted to come to my lab, but it's occupied. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kibi. I mean, you can lie down there if you want. No? You can lie on the bed. The bed is big. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oi. You silly. also likes it. He also likes it when I scratch like his entire body. Yeah. Yeah. Another interesting thing about Kiba is that his tail is shorter than most cats, and it has a little twist at the top. And when I asked the vet about it, he says that, oh, that probably, like, it probably got twisted while he was in his mother's womb, and then when he was born, like, the part that was outside the twist just fell off. So yeah, he looks like he has a little ball on top of his tail. Kibidango, yeah! Yeah, oh man, I miss Kibidango so much. Like, you know that I used to live... Okay, so I lived in the capital for 2 years. And one of the places where I used to work in was pretty close to both an American grocery store and a Japanese grocery store. And I started buying stuff from there, like I started buying stuff from there, like, you know, on the regular, like, you know, almost every week. So yeah, that kind of became, you know, part of my grocery shopping. Yeah, of Atlantugal, the capital of Atlantugal. Yeah. Hi, Star Quartz. Hi. Yes, I know. I think it's because I'm playing a PC game. So, like, the computer is kind of like trying to... It's trying to, he's trying to work my model and the game at the same time, and also streaming. And need I remind you, this is a 2017 laptop. Oh, wait. I have Clip Studio Paint opened? Oh. Oh, dear. Close. No, this card changes. What the heck? No. Okay, that was probably... Okay, new around. Bye. I will. I will. So it's kind of like Stardew Valley or Civilization in a way. It's more like Civilization than Stardew Valley, I would say. I wonder what the name of the genre of games like this is. I don't know. I've seen them called like simulation games, but I don't think that that's like accurate. 2017, yes. Yes, I've had this laptop for that long, and it's still working. It's still working, as you can see. I'm streaming from it. I'm streaming from it. I'm running a Steam game, and I'm running VTube Studio, all on the same 2017 laptop. This bad boy keeps surprising me. Like, there was a time where I thought that I was gonna have to delay my Life 2D debut for even longer because I wasn't sure if the laptop would be able to handle it. But then I did some experiments, and turns out that it did. Like, there's a few games where it kind of there's a few games where it, like, you know, just stops working. Like, I have to choose something. Like, I can't have like my model on. I can't have my model on. So, like, for example, the Mortuary Assistant is a game that I cannot play on stream, like, at all. It lags like, I don't know. Okay, bye, Nemo. Bye. Okay, Kiva, you can come in now. If you want my lap, Nemo is off. Okay. Gotta admit, that's impressive, and I'm a Mac user. Yeah, no, and I've also used a Mac, so I can, you know, compare. Like, okay, I used a MacBook from 2009 to 2017 when I got this one. And until then, my Mac worked perfectly well. In fact, I would say that the only thing that went wrong was that I let it fall a couple of times, and what happened was that I lost use of 1/3 of the screen. But I still have it. I still have my Mac over there. Like, I still have everything. I still have everything I've ever done in there. So, and the good thing about MacBooks is that with another MacBook, you can, just use a different MacBook as like an external drive, which means that you can just get everything from there. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, no, like from 2009 to 2017, I had just that one MacBook. Yeah. And now, since 2017, I've had this one. This one is an Asus, by the way. Like, at the time they told me that this was a very good model, and it shows. It's no longer cutting edge, but man, it can still do everything. Like, here it is. Like, I'm gonna. Oh, and another funny thing, I bought. Well, I didn't buy it at the time. Like, my parents bought it, but they only got me this one because my brother had a similar Asus computer. Well, laptop. It was also a laptop. And so right now I'm using his charger. Like, and keep in mind, he got his Asus like 2 years before I got mine. So I'm using a charger that is from like 2015 on a 2017 Asus. And yeah, everything's working fine. I mean, the charger has seen better days. There's a few bits and bobs that you can tell that it's, not that it's not a new charger. Oh, no, I wanted the fountain. Anything to make this look prettier. Oh, you gave me two, huh? Okay, so we have a fountain for the rich kids. And we have a fountain for, I'm not gonna call them the poor kids. That's mean. But yeah. What's the most graphically intense game you can run on your laptop? Let me see. Okay, I can't run Mortuary Assistant while I'm streaming it, but while I'm not streaming it, I think that it works fine. But then again, Mortuary Assistant is like a very, very indie game. Let me think. What games? It's the Fountain of Youth, yeah, and everyone gets it! Hooray! Let me think. What is the most graphically intense game that I have even tried playing? Because there's also that. Let me think. Okay, I've played Sims 3. I played the Mortuary Assistants. I've played Lethal Company. I've played Genshin Impact. None of those are very graphically intense, I think. Do you think your laptop could run GTA 6? Can Atari's laptop leak GTA 6? I have no idea. On both accounts. I don't know. Like, it can run Sonic Forces pretty smoothly as well, might I say. Like, I was genuinely surprised by how well it could run Sonic Forces. In fact, that's how I played it for the first time. It was on my laptop, because at the time I didn't have a Switch, and I wasn't going to ask for my brother to lend me his PlayStation 4 because we lived in different places at the time. So yeah, it can probably run GTA 6 and leak it. Yes, I think that it can probably... Actually, let me look at my Steam library and see just... Okay, it can run Hatsune Miku Project Diva Megamix Plus. It can run Crazy Taxi. I just prefer to play it on the Dreamcast. The Sims 3, Stardew Valley. I mean, none of those are very graphically intense. What other games? I've bought a bunch of games that I haven't played yet, so I don't know how well it runs them. Like, for example, Abzu, Blaze Blue, Brawlhalla, Code Vein, DC Universe Online, but that one is pretty old, so probably... Oh, it can run Digimon Cyber Sleuth. In fact, I did a stream, I did 2 streams of it, way back, like before I was Atari. I haven't tried Disgaea. I mean, it can run Doom. It can run Doom, but even a toaster can run Doom. I mean, isn't that how the meme goes? Doom 3, Doom 64, and Doom Eternal. I haven't tried... I haven't tried Doom Eternal yet. DuckTales Remastered. That one is also not very... Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm also not sure how heavy that one is. Game Dev Tycoon. That's also, super light. Getting Over It. Also not that heavy. Journey. I don't know. I'm saying the games that I have here that I haven't played yet. So yeah, Journey I haven't played. Cow the Kangaroo, the remake, no, I haven't played yet. Mighty Number 9. Okay, it has some trouble with Monster Hunter Stories 2, but for that one I have the Switch version, so yeah, Mortuary Assistant, like I said, bunch of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja games, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, Ori and the Blind Forest. I have no idea if it's going to be able to play Ori and the Blind Forest properly. Same thing with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Wait, Kena and the Bridge of Spirits as well, but I think that one... I don't think that one is that heavy. Let me see. Pray for Death. Pray for Death. Pray for Death. Oh my goodness. I kind of want to stream Pray for Death one day. That would be fun. That would be fun. That would be a very short stream though. That means the child is going to be Doom Guy, Lamau. Imagine hoping and planning for a baby and your pregnancy result is the Doom Slayer. I'd be so hyped. Yeah! Okay. Pre-Dynastic Egypt, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Which one is this one? Oh, this one... Okay, this one is a re-release. This one is a re-release of a classic. Okay. Salmon Max Hit the Road. Okay, no, this is the... This one is the... This was one of the... this is one of the sprite-based ones, so yeah. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Have no idea. Like, it requires 25 gigas, so. Okay. I don't know if it can run Smite. I'm gonna guess that yes, because you know Smite, like a free-to-play game. At least it used to be. I don't know. I don't know if it still is. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Ain't that a blast from the past? But again, it's a game that originally was for the GameCube. Street Fighter V. I have it, but I haven't tried it yet. Again. Spirit of the North. No idea about this one. Oh no, this one is small. This one is small. Oh, I know! The heaviest game that I have here is Superplex. Does anyone know Superplex? Oh, man. Oh, man. I do want to play Superplex on stream one day. Will Atari one day do a stream and he'll make the bad guys cry like an anime fan on prom night? Yes! Yes, I will! I just don't know when. But I will. Okay, Tales of Kenzera Zao. I pre-ordered this game because it looked interesting. I know that it was involved in a little bit of a controversy. I don't know how it looks like though. I mean the art looks fine. Let me see. Dude, are there any like screenshots? No, it's always the same. It's always the same image. Okay, fine. Here's the thing. The reason why I bought this game was that it looked interesting. It looked interesting, and I actually liked the aesthetic of it. And I think that the pre-order was like at a discount, and I went like, you know what, whatever. Superplex sounds like a wrestling game. Oh man, I want you to carry that impression with you for when I actually play it. Whoever has the mightiest number, like mighty number 9, yeah. Okay, so this one, despite all the controversy, I mean, it wasn't that much of a controversy. It was, one of those, oh, you got this consulting firm, and turns out that they're kind of bad. Yeah. Turns out that they are kind of bad, and they kind of ruin everything that they touch. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, and honestly, sorry, but I've already pre-ordered the game, so nothing I can do now. Just play it. Revenge Guac. Yeah, Guacamelee. No, I don't have Guacamelee actually. But yeah, let me see. Town of Salem is also pretty light. Oh man, I've been wanting to get back into Town of Salem for so long, but like by now they've added so many new roles and stuff that I fear that the game might be unrecognizable by now. Like again, I don't even know if any of you guys know about Town of Salem. It's kind of like Among Us, but you don't walk around. Like it's more like meeting based. Like okay, so every day you have a meeting between all the town, and then at night every role does their thing, and then during the day you see okay, so who got killed, who do we think killed them, what do we think happened during the night, etc. And based on what people say, you can try to figure out what other people's roles are and who killed who, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, like when Among Us started popping off, Town of Salem was the first thing that came into my mind. So yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 4 again. If my computer can play Final Fantasy, no. If my computer can play Street Fighter 5, then it most likely can play Ultra Street Fighter 4. Valete vos viatores. This one is interesting. This one was developed by a Portuguese team, and it's actually supposed to take place in a place that I've already visited. Like, it's supposed to take place in a Roman town. In a Roman town, I think, that was abandoned, and that I've already visited because there was a school trip there. Speaking of Steam games, have you heard of Me-Side or My Side? I think that it's pronounced My Side, but I like to say it Me-Side. Yes, I've heard of it. But I haven't seen a lot of it. Like, I don't know what it's about, except that it's similar to it's kind of similar to Needy Streamer Overload. Portugal representation in games, yeah. My side is a banger, yeah. So yeah, and this game in particular, I am interested in it, but I kind of wanted to reach like at least 1,000 subscribers before I played it. Also, I don't know if it's, like, optimized well enough that, I can run it and run my model at the same time. I don't know if it's like a mortuary assistant kind of deal. Or Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, I know about that one. Okay, Warriors of the Nile. These are not very heavy. Worms Reloaded, a bunch of Wise games, which I know why they're here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and Zodiac Cats. Yeah, no, like, I don't have a lot of, graphically intense games. So I'm gonna have to experiment. Before I can actually, like, say 100% with 100% certainty. Oh yeah, I can't play this game because it's PC only, and my model kind of stops working. My side is best played blind. There are so many hidden details that increase your enjoyment and fascination much more. Oh. Is it expensive? I'm gonna guess that it's not, since so many people are playing it. Also, because it kind of gives me, again, Needy Streamer Overlord. Needy Streamer Overlord. Wow, that's an interesting title I cooked up there. Okay. Okay, let's put this house turned over here. Okay, not perfectly aligned, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? But yeah, no, I don't know anything about Me-Side. Again, other than it's kind of similar to Needy Streamer Overload. And, it's not... it gave me another fountain. Okay. Okay, can I put it here? Can I give these people more water? Yes. Okay. I'd play that. It's around 12 from where I'm from. Price from my side. Okay. Because, see, I'm in a little bit of I've kind of hit a little bit of a financial hurdle recently. Yeah, I'm sorry for the, more real life talk, but it is what it is. I've kind of hit a little bit of a financial rock recently, because... Okay, so
you guys know that that I have a part-time job, right? Like I work full-time, but only on Sundays and Mondays. So it's like it's an 18-hour, it's a 16-hour part-time job, but effectively what I do is I have 2 days where I work full-time, and the rest of the week I'm on my own, which is why I have time to do like voice acting and stuff. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Like I keep being so insecure about those things, and I keep forgetting you don't have to. You don't have to. It's okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. But yeah, so and I don't know like about other places. I don't know about other places like throughout Europe and throughout the world, but at least in Portugal, usually what happens, because I'm working in Portugal, like I don't get anything for being the shaman, the Grand Shaman of Atlantis. I get I get free lodging, free food, and some other privileges, but I don't get money. And much less money that I can use in Portugal. So yeah. So yeah, in Portugal, what is usually customary is that if you work Sundays, you get you're paid extra for those Sundays. Same thing if you work past 11 o'clock. If you work past 11 o'clock, you're entitled to extra remuneration. Like you get more money, because those are not normal working hours. Those are not normal working hours. Those count as extra. Same thing with Sundays. Supposedly, it would be everyone's free time, but you are willing to give up that free time to work, so you get paid extra. Now, when I signed up for this job, I was told that I was going to be given X amount of money at the end of each month. And I was like, "Oh, this is a very good amount of money, especially for the time that for the actual time that I'm going to be working." And I immediately saw like, so I can have like a set amount of money at the end of each month, a set amount of money which is not going to be, like bad. Like it's not like it's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be quite a bit. Still still under minimum wage, because like it's a part-time job. You can't get minimum wage just with a part-time job. But yeah, it's still going to be under minimum wage, but it's going to be great for the amount of hours that you're going to be putting in. I'm learning more and more about Portugal here. I like it. I might make a whole stream just talking about Portugal. I think that Dr. Nova from V4 Mirai actually did that. I think that it was actually pretty fun. I need to rewatch it. Oh wait, no, rewatch it. No, I had it open, but I haven't actually watched it. I need to get on that. But yeah, so, and of course I took that schedule, because there were two 16-hour schedules available. There was the normal weekend one, which is like, okay, so it's Saturdays and Sundays, nothing too out of the ordinary here. But then there was one that was the Sundays and Mondays one.
So yeah, 2 days back to back, but one of them is a weekday and the other one is the weekend. And I went like, well, I've already had experience with, you know, a part-time that was just the weekends, and it was kind of difficult. It was kind of difficult to balance out with other stuff, especially like with friends, because everyone's available. Everyone's available on days that are not weekends. No, wait. Everyone's available. No, everyone's unavailable on days that are not weekends. So yeah. I'm gonna have this guy be a mountain hermit. You know, like this hut here. Oh wait. No, let me check. Let me check if I can. Oh no, it's too high. It's too high. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so I already knew how hard it was to, you know, arrange things with friends if you're working weekends. So I went like, okay, no, I'll take the Monday and Sunday one, please. That way, I still have Saturday open if my friends wanna if my friends wanna do anything, or if I need to arrange something like that would be normally on a weekend. Like for example, like events and stuff. Those are usually held over weekends, and this way I ensure that I can go at least to the Saturday part of said events. So yeah. Fast forward a few months. I started working there. It's fine. It's great. I love working at a tea shop, actually. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about tea, and I've learned a lot about, you know, herbs and what they're good for and stuff. A lot of it is still, you know, just general knowledge, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But one thing that I started noticing was like on my end of month like receipts that something was off. And the thing that was off was my paycheck. I was earning a lot less than I thought I was. And that pretty much wrecked my finances. Because, like, if you recall, I also got like an apartment. I had to spend money on a whole bunch of different things for the apartment, in trips, you know, for recording and stuff. Like, because I actually went by car to record stuff. And I didn't understand what was happening. And then Christmas happened, and I overspent a little bit because, you know, that's usually normal. That's usually normal in Christmas. Like, you're going to overspend a little. And like, I just assumed that because I hadn't been to work, because this also happened to be like during November and December. And in November, my grandma died, so I had to take some time off work, because you're legally allowed to. And in December, I got really sick. I got one heck of a cold that I still don't know if it was a cold or if it was the flu. I'm still I don't know. That took my voice away. If you recall, that's the reason why I stopped streaming for a while, is because like stuff was just piling up. I was also translating a movie at the time, and I was getting severely burnt out because nothing was getting resolved. Nothing was getting resolved. Stuff was just piling on top of other things, and I just couldn't deal. I wasn't able to deal with it, like, literally. So I decided to, you know, take a break from streaming during that time. But yeah, that also means that there were a couple of days that I didn't go to work. Oh, that actually worked out. Awesome. So yeah, there were a couple of days that I didn't go to work. So when I saw my end of month receipts, I didn't really think too much about it. Like, I knew that I was gonna get less than what I was told. But I wasn't expecting to earn that much less than what I was told. Like, my paycheck for December, not counting your Christmas bonus, because you're legally obligated to have a Christmas bonus, and it's going to be like directly proportional to the normal hours that you work. So yeah, for example, my Christmas bonus was never going to be as big as my full-time coworkers' Christmas bonuses. Yeah, no, it was tough. It was a very hard time. Thankfully, things little by little started getting, a little bit better. Like, I managed to finish translating the movie. My house got back on its feet, house feet. Now it's an actual livable place. Because yeah, like, there was a lot of time that I didn't have gas in that new house, so we had to wait for like 2 months almost. Like, it was a month and like a month and a half or something for them to put gas in my house. In the meantime, if you recall, there was a part that I had to cut out from my last VOD. That stuff was happening. The whole dubbing industry collapse thing. That was also happening during that time. So yeah. I'm definitely doing much better now. But yeah, and then, but going back to my paycheck at the end of December, yeah, discounting the Christmas bonus, it was almost half of what I had been promised, so to speak. And I say so to speak because nobody actually promised me that. They showed me a table where everything that I was going to make was, written down. Like, okay, so your base salary is this, and then you're gonna get this for this, this for that, this for that, this for that. Park. Oh, just one? Just one park? Oh man. Okay. They're bridging the gap. Bridging the gap between the working class and the aristocracy. This is where we meet. But yeah, so, and the reason why I sort of went back and checked was because once I was trying to pay for my lunch, which was just a salmon sandwich, like a normal salmon sandwich, like it wasn't more than €6. And my card was declined. And I had no idea why. And then I checked my bank account, and it was down to 0. Like, well, it was not down to 0, but it was down to like €1 or €2. I literally did not have money to buy a sandwich. And that's when I started digging. That's when I started digging. Wait a minute. With what I've been supposedly earning, this should not be possible. I got this part-time job specifically so that I would have money to not only make a living, but also spend on other things, like, for example, stuff for VTubing and stuff for like voice acting work and stuff like that. Like,
that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason why I got this job. Like, and especially like with VTubing, while I'm not big enough to actually, make a living out of it or make some money out of it, because I don't think I'm ever gonna actually make a lot of money from VTubing. The most that like what I think would be like ideal. Of course, I would like to make a living out of VTubing, but I think that what's realistic is just making, a little bit extra. There's a little bit extra at the end of the month. But yeah, so like, and I hadn't been like overspending or anything. Like this was early January. This was early January, and I hadn't been overspending. Like, the only thing that I had overspent on was like Christmas stuff. It was Christmas presents, and again, that's normal. Like, but then with the stuff that gets taken from your account, like subscriptions, maintenance stuff. My water bill is also linked. It's also directly linked to my account. Like, I don't have to pay it manually. They just take the money. Like, because of those things, like, it all mounted up, and they all took away the money that I had left from after buying Christmas presents. Like, and I didn't notice because it was so fast. So yeah, I did some digging and I realized what's happening, because like, if I'm making this amount of money, like, this shouldn't happen. Like, how did I not have money to afford a sandwich? And then I saw it. Remember when I said that in Portugal you're usually paid for both working after 11 p.m. and for your Sundays? Like, you're paid extra for each Sunday that you do. I don't know if it's double or something, but I know that it's like a significant amount, which is why my paycheck was going to be so big. They haven't been paying me. They haven't been paying me the Sundays. My Sundays have been paid like normal days. I haven't been earning anything extra from giving up what would be, a rest day normally. And to this day, I still haven't been able to, actually get those, like, and the reason that they told me was also dumb, because here's the thing. The table that they showed me is what they show every new employee that does the kind of schedule that I am doing for this company. Every new employee gets shown that table. They all get shown that table. It was only after I expressed concern, like, okay, so I thought I was gonna make this, but I'm only making this. Like, what gives? I already knew that I wasn't going to make the entire amount. I already knew that I wasn't going to make that entire amount in November and December, because I had to miss a couple of days, because of, family stuff and being sick and stuff. So yeah, like, I knew that those days were not going to, I knew that those months were not going to be, paid normally. Like, I knew I was going to be paid less. And you know what they told me? Oh yeah, this city doesn't contemplate Sundays. And I'm like, dude, I know so many people who have worked in this city for years, and they all have always had their Sundays paid properly. What the heck are you talking about? Hi Zen, hi Laketh, sorry. Sorry, I'm talking about work stuff. namely work not being paid properly. So yeah, I was like, excuse me? Like, and I'm still waiting for an actual response because, like, remember, I'm not the only one who works Sundays. I have a coworker who's also part-time, but her thing is that she works weekends. She's at university, so she works the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Normal weekend shifts. So yeah, she's in the same situation that I am. Yeah. And before I had contacted them about this, she had already contacted them. She had already tried to talk to them and threatened to leave if the situation wasn't dealt with. Now, the situation as of now, I think that it's still being dealt with. So yeah, as of this point, I haven't been paid the Sundays that I'm owed yet. It's still up in the air. I can't place this over here because the shaman doesn't like it. But yeah, so things have been a little bit financially hard. Like, I did get a bunch of bonuses because we managed to meet like quotas in December. So I got that in my January paycheck. But after checking and at first both me and my coworker thought, "Oh, they finally paid us the weekends that were owed." Then checking back, no, that's not what they did. They did not pay us back the weekends and the Sundays that were owed. It was, the commissions, the things that you earn by meeting quotas. Yeah, that's what we got paid. And I have a feeling that they probably wouldn't have even given this a look if I hadn't showed up with the same concerns as my coworker. I wasn't nearly as abrasive as she was. Because yeah, she actually threatened to leave. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I went in with a more like, hey, I've noticed that there's this discrepancy between what I was told I was gonna earn and what I'm actually earning. Like, what happened? Am I reading things wrong? Because that's more my style. that's more my style. When it's stuff like this, I don't usually go in swinging. Like, I like to assume the best from people, and apparently, and I could have accepted this as like an honest mistake. But here's the thing. They knew from the beginning that they were not going to pay us that full amount. And they didn't tell us. Like, I reworked my life around having this money available at the end of every month. And they didn't tell me that they weren't intending to pay me that amount. Like, I had other job interviews opened. Like, at the time that I was already accepted here, I had a job interview opened for a bookstore. You guys know that I love, working at bookstores. And I kind of flubbed it. Partly because I thought, okay, I already have this one in the bag, but I'm just gonna go and see how it goes. It didn't go very well. They did the whole, so tell us about yourself bit, that everyone loves, that people do in job interviews. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You have my curriculum, like, right there. What do you need me to tell you? But yeah. That company is moving like Mr. Krabs. Cheapskates, yeah. Yeah, and then this whole thing of us not being able to work because because the electric bill wasn't paid, but then again, I don't know whose fault it was that. I don't know if it was the fault of the shop or fault of the mall where the shop is. Like, that one, I'm really not sure. I have no idea. Because it could be one or the other. No, no idea. But yeah, so that's another thing that I've been dealing with. My name is Megastar Sensation, and I love Sonic. Who the heck names their kid Megastar Sensation? Deserves all the payment and love. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I think I saw someone saying that they believed that I could make it in VTubing someday, and man, I hope you're right. And thank you for the trust, dude. Thank you. Yeah. Do you still plan on working there, or do you plan on looking for somewhere else? It's like this. My contract, because that's another thing that they did. Like, they said, at first they told me, oh, this contract has no end. Like, I don't know how that's called in English, but it's, you know, a contract that you sign, and until you're fired or you quit, you're not let go. Yeah, they told me that I was gonna have one of those contracts, and then when I actually signed, and then when I actually had it to sign, turns out no, it is it's a 6-month contract. It's a normal 6-month contract, and I was like, hey, what gives, for the first time, because I noticed this before the whole money thing. Hey, what gives? Like, it says that the contract is only 6 months. I was told I was not going to be let go. Well, what gives? And then they assured me that, oh yeah, like it is a contract, that it is a 6-month contract, but we don't plan on firing anyone or letting anyone go, because yeah, in perpetuity. Yeah, there you go. But we don't plan on letting anyone go because workplace training is very important to us, and you need to know a lot to work at this store. So if possible, we don't want to let anyone go. We're just gonna renovate the contract. We're just gonna keep renovating the contract. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess that works too. It's an infinitely better name than whatever Elon Musk gave to one of his kids. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think I better switch islands, because I'm not gonna be able to make it with this one. Yeah, no, let's switch islands. Let's go. But yeah, so my contract ends in April. So I want to see how things go until there. If by April things are not dealt with, if by April I'm not getting my Sunday money, then yes, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to consider moving jobs, which is a shame, because like I said, I do like working at this water plateau. Okay, I didn't expect that. I expected it to be like the normal, like, oh, do you want lumberjack or do you want farming? And I'm like, oh yeah, I prefer farming, even though there's more trees, so it doesn't make any sense for you to pick. But yeah, those are my those are my workplace woes for now. Like, I haven't had, you know, a lot of problems with like customers and stuff. Like, all of that has been pretty chill. What hasn't been chill has been this stuff.
it's even worse because, like, yeah, like, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting stuff to be so freaking complicated. Like, it's just a part-time job selling tea. What the heck? Tea plateau. Yeah. Oh, this is the plateau where I'm gonna sell you tea. See? By the way, we have a valerian root blend that I always ask my customers. Oh, by the way, do you have cats? Because okay, you guys know that I lost my my friend Mitzi at the beginning of the month, and she used to go crazy for valerian root. We didn't even know that cats reacted to it until she gave us a live demonstration. So yeah, turns out that some cats react to valerian root the same way that they would react to catnip or matatabi. I still don't know about any of these guys that we have now. But yeah, whenever I open up that can, whenever I open up that can, I go like, oh yeah, do you have cats? Do you have cats, by the way? Because they might react to this. Yeah. I miss her a lot. I kind of feel bad. If I can be... I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real for a second here. I mean, I try to be real most of the time, but this is like one of those things that you usually don't admit to, and I'm going to do it. I think that her death... This is terrible. This is terrible to say, but I have to. I think that her death affected me more than my dad or my grandma's death. At least the impact was much more like, it was a lot more intense and a lot more in your face. And I feel bad about it because Mitzi was a cat. Mitzi was a cat, like, whereas my dad and my grandma were people. And I feel bad that I felt her death a lot more on my skin than I did theirs. I think it's also because theirs came after a very long period of being sick, whereas Mitzi, like, she was fine. She was fine last November. She was fine last November, and then she just started deteriorating more and more until we couldn't do anything about it. But I feel... Sometimes I feel really bad about it. Yeah. It's my feelings. And not to mention that I think that, like, with my dad and my grandma, I had, you know, kind of a weird relationship. Like, it wasn't usually the best. It wasn't usually the best relationship that I had with them because they were not easy people to deal with. I'm just gonna, like, say it straight out. No, my dad and my grandma were not easy people to deal with. And you can ask, I mean, you're not going to, but you can ask anyone who had ever had to deal with either of them. They will confirm that. And they didn't make exceptions for family. So yeah. Whereas Mitzi was with me during some very tough times in my life. Like, she did that thing. She even did it on stream. I have stream evidence that when I started, like, crying or screaming, she usually came running and, like, just rubbed herself all over my face because she knew that her presence calmed me. Like, and, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that a lot. But yeah, that's something that she did. Like, she was always there for me. That my grandma and my dad, just weren't in the same capacity. And it's weird to say that, this about a cat, but she was my little buddy, my little friend. For a time, she was my best friend. And I never expected her not to make it until 13. Like, I've known cats who have lived to 18 and 16. And, like, my other cat, the one that I lost before Mitzi, she lived to be 14. And she also had, like, a disease that came out of nowhere and just, wrecked her. But she was 14. It was like, she was like 70, she was like in her 70s as a cat. Mitzi was as old as my mom. So it's just really weird that all of a sudden she's not here anymore. Or when I was singing, yeah, exactly. I don't think it's that bad to say. People react to different deaths in different ways. Everybody deals with a unique feeling of grief for every person. Yeah. I was wondering how close you are to them. Yeah. Well, I'll say that in a bit. Not to mention, grief can very much come later compared to others. I still haven't fully gone through some of my losses compared to others. Emotions can be stronger depending on the scenario, and thus grief can be either immediate or delayed. Yeah. I don't think you should feel bad. There's a lot to consider. The closeness, how your life was going on at that moment, how unexpected or not it was. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, I've already talked about it on stream, but okay, are you guys familiar with Noir Vesper of Holostar's English? Holostar's English. His new outfit reveal, before him and Magni, bolted out of Hololive. Yeah, you remember that he had like a new outfit. He had a new outfit in oh man. He had a new outfit that he only used for like a month. And I tried my best to be I tried my best to be like supportive of that because I knew that he liked it a lot. It looked a lot more like his past life as well. So like I could tell that he was super happy about it, but I hated it. I hated it so much. Especially because at the time, I've mentioned before that when my dad died, I kind of stopped watching VTubers for a while. And that was definitely a part of it. That was definitely one of the reasons why. Because when my dad died, I craved, and I think that this is normal. Like when a close relative dies, one thing that you crave is a sense of normalcy. Like that, okay, so this person is gone, but there's still like a life out there, Like they wouldn't want you to give up on life just because they're gone. Like my dad was a little bit weird with that, but it's like I'm like, but you do crave that sense of normalcy, that feeling of,
Oh yeah, okay, so there's these things that I can definitely 100% count on. And unfortunately, Holostar's English was being one of my anchors at that time. Because I loved the whole lore behind Tempest. I loved the fact that if you wanted to like write stories with it, you could. I loved everything that they were doing. I loved everything that they were doing with Tempest. I thought it was brilliant. I thought that that's what, VTuber agencies should aspire to be. And even indies, like, your goal as a VTuber should be to be able to tell a story with yourself as a character, but also entertain your audience in streams. That's what I thought a VTuber was meant to do. Like back then. Of course, like the life has shown me that that's not exactly the case. I mean, if you can do that, it's great, but it's not, it's not so black and white, basically. But yeah, but Holostar's Tempest was being one of my anchors at that time. And then Vesper came out with that outfit, and it was like, all that I could think of was, okay then, everything that was made with the old outfit, none of that is accurate anymore. None of that is accurate anymore, and nobody seems to care. Like, none of it is accurate. Nobody seems to care, which means that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to these people that this outfit is completely different. You can't even call it a remake of the last one. Like, it's too different for that. So I went through a very bad time during, my heart just, and this is so stupid. I've already talked about this on stream. This is so stupid, but now you know how the dark-haired Kyrie fans felt. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I mean, now there's an actual lore reason for why my hair is white, but I can walk it back. I can walk it back if I feel like, oh, you know what? There's too much white in my design. Maybe I should go back to the dark hair. But yeah. But as I was saying, I don't think that I can adequately express how torn I was, because I wanted to be happy for Vesper and for everyone who was like loving the design, and I just wasn't, and I felt so alone. I felt so alone and like despondent, like this was one of the things that I was using to keep myself, from thinking too much, from catastrophizing. Well, not exactly catastrophizing, but, and you just ruined it. You just ruined it. You just told me, oh yeah, no, you see those things that you care about? With Holostar's Tempest and stuff? Yeah, none of that matters. It was like someone just saying, yeah, you bet on the wrong horse, buddy. And that was the first time since my dad died that I actually cried. And I am pretty sure that one of the reasons why I cried was because I already had it pent up from my dad's death. But it was all brought to the surface because because of this schism, because of this like break, like, and then I couldn't get over, like, oh, this is so silly. Why am I crying? Why am I crying so hard over a stupid outfit that a guy, that a VTuber that I don't even know, that doesn't even know me, like they don't know me personally, I don't know them personally. I can't even say that he's one of the VTubers that I've managed to get to respond to my messages in chat, because no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen with Vesper. I have a few that have responded to messages that I sent in chat. Vesper is not one of them. Vesper is not one of them. So I don't even have that. And here I am bawling my eyes out because he has a different outfit, because he changed his model, because he changed his VTubing model, the model that he uses for streaming as an anime guy on the internet. Like, this is so stupid. Why am I crying about something like this? But yeah, I really think that it's because like it needed to come out, and just realizing that, okay, so here was something that you had, that you liked, and now it's gone. Now it's gone and you can never get it back. Like, I think that the realization of that is what sent me over the edge for that. Lore is often put in the background in VTubing, even though it has a lot of potential to be a part of its entertainment value. Yeah, exactly. I don't mind the white hair, I like the white hair more. Thanks. Thank you guys. It's changed to the seemingly status quo, which related to real life events. Maybe, yeah. I do think that it was related to that. It was, the whole realizing, oh, there's been this change. Like, I've mentioned this briefly, like, I think on my first stream after Mitzi died, that it's like sometimes it feels, I don't know where this, where these words in my head come from, but it's like the old world is gone and you can never get it back. That sort of feeling. Maybe City Hall is going to be better. I don't. But yeah. Change can be compelling. It runs deeper than we'd like to admit sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of changes happening in your life. Some good, some bad. Yeah, I think that it was just... I couldn't... I couldn't take it. I think it was just that it was too much. It was too much in too little time. Like, maybe if it had happened like around December or something, like maybe I wouldn't have taken it so hard, but no, it was like literally, I think 2 weeks almost. By the way, by the way, you know what I was doing when I got the call from my mom that my dad had died? I was watching Magni's new model debut. Like, I was in the lore part, where he was explaining where the new model was coming from. Like, that's what I was doing when I got the call that my dad had died. And well, that's one of those things that you can't really ever forget. Change is natural, and it's also natural to reject it at first. Yeah, exactly. Accepting change is sort of like the 5 stages of grief. Oh, yeah. You know, like, I know that there's people who say, oh yeah, that theory has been debunked. But like, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. I don't know how you can make it better or worse. Yeah. I sometimes feel down when I look around and everything built and constructed over the last 100 years has made this world uglier and more depressing. Yeah. I mean, I don't go that far. I don't go that far because there's still a lot of stuff that was built like in the 60s and 70s and 80s that still brings me joy. Even the 90s I would say. I think that I feel that more about stuff that was built after the year 2000. But then again, the world that we have after the world that we got for the 21st century was very different from the one that people like my performer grew up in. And I think that's also like stuff that reverberates over time. Like, there was a certain event in the early 2000s that hit my performer hard. Like, really hard. As in, she developed PTSD over it, and she wasn't even involved. And to this day, she's like, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm, why I kind of think of, the old world and the new world and stuff. I think it's also because of things like that. Because I have her memories, right? I have her memories. While she's playing me, I have access to her memories. And I'm like, yeah, you lost a lot. You lost a lot, and a lot of what you lost wasn't your fault. So, yeah, ever since then, there has been a distinct before and after. And that still carries repercussions, whether we like it or not. Like, I'm not saying that she suffered on the same level of people that were actually, like, involved, or people who were closer to it, but she felt it. She felt it, and it changed pretty much her entire worldview. She was forced to grow up super fast because of it. Well, not forced. It just happened. She was already kind of like she was already kind of a weird kid, like worrying about stuff that most people wouldn't even think about. But that pretty much cemented it. So yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, the repercussions of something like that happened. I think that also makes that also changes the way that you react to things when they happen. You go from denial and anger and to bargaining to sadness and finally to acceptance. I'm the type of person that prefers to see the best in everything. What was lost and what we now have. Yeah, that's a struggle. That's a struggle that I have every day. And actually, that's one of the main themes that I wanna put in my book. You know, the one about Atari. Yeah. Sometimes things can be too much to handle. It's not really bad to get knocked down, to cry, or not knowing what to do. It's a good chance to rest, shake off the dust, and when you're ready, keep going. Yeah, keep moving forward. Is this a fictional character we're talking about, or somebody IRL? Let's put it like this. Atari is a fictional character. Right now, he's talking about his performer, who is an IRL person. So yeah, everything that I am saying about her, yeah, that's IRL. See, that's also one of the things that, like, if it like lightening up the conversation. Meet the Robinsons reference. Yep. Yeah. I feel like that movie is kind of underrated. I'll be honest. Like there's a lot about it that it's kind of like but there's also a lot about it that, oh hey, you know what? This is, oh no, wait, no. But you know what? This is actually kind of nice. It does bring me a little bit of secondhand embarrassment when, like, okay, so this movie is trying so hard. This movie is trying so hard to make us think that it's like, you know, a big part of the Disney animated canon. Like, this is going to be a great movie because it's 3D and stuff. And then you go and see the reception, and it wasn't really that good. It wasn't really that good. I mean, there's a lot of flaws with that movie. I think it's getting a lot of love nowadays. Like, like 100%. I still maintain that Chicken Little is kind of, there were reasons why it didn't do well. Hi, Elmer. Still waiting for the Brother Bear resurgence. Oh man. There's a track in the Brother Bear, soundtrack that I just keep listening to over and over again, and I'm not, I can't get enough of it. It's a transformation theme. It's so good. I love it so much. Eu quero voltar pra ilha. Okay, I'm not sure what you're referencing, Elmer. Like, the title of the stream was referencing Lost. Which I have never seen, by the way. Which I have never seen and have no interest in watching. Like, it's just, like, there was a time where it was airing on TV and I just caught it, and, like, I just happened to catch it at a time where everyone was like, I gotta go back to the island. And that kind of became a meme amongst my family. Like, if I mention it to my mom or my brother, they know immediately what I'm talking about. I should have mentioned earlier, there's a group of tempuras that are working on a lore-based Elysium Minecraft map that I'm a part of. There may be headcanon builds, but I thought I'd let you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Fun fact, Chicken Little was the very first movie to be released in digital 3D, and because of such is in the Guinness World Records. As it should. Because, like, the Guinness World Records doesn't really care if the movie is, you know, good or not. All it has to do is have done something notable, and that is 100% notable. So yes, Chicken Little, the Guinness World Records. Awesome. Giving us one of the worst fathers in animation. Yes! Oh my goodness, Chicken Little's father. How did they think that was a good character? Like, I don't understand. Like, so much of the movie hinges on Chicken Little earning the respect of his father, but his father is such a piece of bull donkey that is like, I just want to get there and shake him. Like, I had a bit of a rocky relationship with my own dad, but man. Okay. Brother Bear scared me as a kid, but looking back, it was a very fun and impactful movie. Yes, like, I used to say that, like, dude, this movie is dripping with Disney magic. Why did it why did it die? Why was it like dead on arrival? I don't get it. Is it just because it wasn't 3D? Because that's a stupid reason. Also, incidentally, it was the last studio that Walt Disney Studios Florida worked in. Like, you know, the studio that you could, if you went to Walt Disney World, you could actually walk in and see the animators making movies? Yeah, that's the last movie that they did. And that just made me sad. Yeah. But yeah, also think more people should watch Anastasia. Yeah. Yeah, like, I keep forgetting because Anastasia was a huge success back in the day. Like, it came out in 1997, and you could arguably see more merch and more, like, promotional material for Anastasia than you would for Hercules, which was Disney's movie at that time. Like, I legit remember a lot more. Like, I don't remember, for example, Hercules Happy Meal toys. I know that they existed, but what I remember is the Anastasia Happy Meal toys. Like, those are a lot more present in my mind. Also, fun fact, I had nightmares about Rasputin for years before I actually watched the movie. Like, so much. Like, so many nightmares of, you know, that green smoke thing slithering around. Like, I had so many nightmares with that. And then I finally watched the movie, and thankfully the nightmares kind of stopped after that. Chicken Little was originally going to be a female and have an overacting imagination, which her father has a problem dealing with. I mean, that would make a lot more sense. That would make a lot more sense. I mean, the female part would have not changed anything. I'm gonna guess. But yeah, you know, the whole overactive imagination. Yeah, like, show us more of that. Show us a reason for why the dad is so, like, exasperated all the time and just making bad decisions. Yes, but here's the thing. Anastasia was basically Don Bluth's second attempt at beating Disney in their own game. And his first attempt was Thumbelina. Thumbelina didn't go all that well, but with Anastasia, they went all out. Like, Don Bluth's studio went all out. 20th Century Fox went all out on promoting Anastasia. To the point where they also had, you know, for example, Disney usually worked with Mattel to make toys of their movies and dolls, which were also toys, but you know, it's different from, you know, like a figurine, an action figure, and a doll. Those are different things. But yeah, so after the failure of Thumbelina, Don Bluth went hard on promoting Anastasia, and I think that it worked. Because then he made Titan AE, which was a super expensive movie. Like, stupid expensive for the time. And it didn't make its money back at the box office. So Don Bluth had to shut his studio down. But oddly enough, one thing that I kind of love about Titan AE is that it fits in right well with, like, it fits in pretty well with Atlantis and Treasure Planet. As in, okay, it's an animated movie, but it's like a huge action adventure. Woo! So, yeah. So much that people don't often mistake it for a Disney film, which is funny considering Don Bluth's an ex-Disney animator. Yeah. The last movie that he was in was in The Fox and the Hound. And you can tell when it's him animating. Because Don Bluth has a very distinct style, and I don't think that people give it enough credit, I would say. Like, he was also completely in charge of, you know, a Christmas special called The Small One, which is about a donkey. I'm not gonna spoil anything about it. Not gonna spoil anything about it. But but yeah, that was that. It was kind of unfortunate. It was kind of unfortunate that Titan AE lost so much money. I mean, then again, so did Treasure Planet. Haha! You underestimate my power, Elmer. You know that I would know about the small one. Yeah. Not only, and it's not only, you know, funny like that. I mean, to me, it's not that funny because technically now Anastasia is a Disney princess because of the whole Disney buying Fox. And I'm like, you may have bought Fox, but Fox will never be Disney. Okay? Fox is still its own thing. You may own them. You may decide what happens to them. But they are not you. Anastasia will never be a Disney princess. Blue Sky is never going to be a Disney studio, especially now that it died. Nothing made by anyone who worked for 20th Studio for 20th Century Fox is going to be you, Disney. You have your own identity, they have theirs. I don't care. They are not you. At least Treasure Planet didn't result in a studio closure 10 days after release. Oh man! Oh man, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Titan AE? Is that what happened to it? Because I wouldn't be surprised. Because I wouldn't be surprised, like, at all, if that happened to Titan AE. Granted, it was a major factor as to why Disney moved away from 2D, but nonetheless, it wasn't as disastrous. Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about Titan? Wait, I just thought of another movie that you could be talking about. Final Fantasy Spirits Within. That one was also kind of a... that was also kind of a flop. Kind of a flop. Yes, that's what happened. Okay, so yeah, I was right about Titan AE. Much like Junction Point with Epic Mickey 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it till the ends of time, that the reason why Pixar was good was not because it was 3D, it was because they knew how to tell a good story. And everyone missed that. Everyone missed that part. Because they are dumb. They are stupid. They are sheep. Like, Toy Story did not make more money than Pocahontas because it was 3D. Okay, it made more money than Pocahontas because Pocahontas is a boring movie. I have a lot of nostalgic attachment to Pocahontas. But it's nowhere near as good as Toy Story. Toy Story is a story about multiple existential crises and how to deal with them. Told with toys. Do you think that your dinky little, oh, maybe we shouldn't be racist kind of movie is going to beat that? Especially when you've stripped away anything that could be interesting about it because you were so obsessed with being nominated for Best Movie again because of Beauty and the Beast that you were afraid to have fun? Like, I'm sorry. No, that's not what happened, Disney. That's not what happened. You did not lose because your movie was 2D and Pixar's was 3D. What the can you tell that that's still a sore point for me? When hi Quivaran. Hi and bye! Thank you! I was talking about Titan AE, but you could also say the same for Spirits Within, yeah. Dang, I kind of feel dumb now. I thought Princess Anastasia was a Disney movie because I first don't normally watch it on Disney Plus. I mean, yeah, that doesn't help things. That doesn't help, you know, clarifying things. Yeah. Existential crisis, but with toys. Yes. Hope the people working there weren't put out of the job. I don't know. I don't know anything about Circle 7, actually. Don't forget how they prioritized Pocahontas over the Lion King. Yes, exactly! Exactly! And the Lion King was a project that they were just doing so that they had the secondary team of animators working on something while Pocahontas was in the oven. Like, the Lion King was the second thought. Like, I guarantee you that if the Lion King was put against Toy Story, history would have been different. Because, yes, you would still have Pixar's massive advantage of using a new technology that at the time was revolutionary. But on the other hand, you would have an actual masterpiece of a movie to compare it to. You would have two masterpieces using different mediums. And, like, the optimist in me wants to say that yes, okay, Toy Story would have won in the end. That, like, I know that would happen, unfortunately. But I'm also going to say that the gap between them wouldn't have been nearly as wide. Second time Toy Story is mentioned in my day, I didn't really expect it. Grab your two nickels! Also, I thought Anastasia was a Disney movie because it aired on Disney Channel. I mean, because Disney Channel had the rights to air it. Yeah. Existential crisis, going sailing no more. I mean, yeah. And then the same guy who prioritized Pocahontas went to prioritize Kibi. What is that? What is that? I feel like it's buried in the deep recesses of my mind, but I can't. But I can't put my finger on it. And The Lion King was a huge success, not just in Portugal. Yeah, I mean, no, The Lion King was a huge success all over the world. Like, for a very long time, it held the title of, you know, the best, well, no, not the best, the most biggest box office success. Biggest box office success in history. Oh yeah. I mean, look, Elmer, if you want to talk about Isabel Ribas's, you know, notable works, I mean, yeah, okay, it's funny that she voiced two characters named Anastasia, but I think that you can bring Esmeralda into the mix, and I think that that's gonna be, you know, more interesting, especially since it was only 1 year before Anastasia. Okay, what do you have? What do you have? Oh. Oh man, I was waiting for the shaman pack. I was waiting for the shaman pack because there's an awesome place to put a shaman here. Kibi was a streaming service. Oh! Ah! Good old Jeffrey Katzenberg, always making the right decisions. Michael Eisner loved Frank Wells more than you. I'm sorry. You will never be Frank. Jeffrey, you will never be Frank. That is so mean of me. Also, major props if you understand what I'm talking about. Oh man. Brewing pack. Brewing. There's no room to make a farm. Oh whoa. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. Come here, sources. Come here. Oh, Jeffrey, you're no Frank. Yep. Not the Gerald quote. I mean, I think it applies here. I mean, that's the whole reason why Jeffrey Katzenberg left. That's the whole reason why Jeffrey Katzenberg left. It's also why we have DreamWorks, but I'll try. Yeah. I'll try the brewing pack. I really didn't want to put any logging here because I want to put the shaman here because this is a perfect little place. Like, you know, the shaman has his own little private island. It's cute. It's cool. Come on. It fits so well. Yeah. So does that mean that I get to be CEO? But not CEO. I think that Michael Eisner was already the CEO, but yeah. And then why we have Shrek as an FU Disney. Yeah, which is why for a very long time I did not like Shrek at all. Like, because, okay. You've heard me prattle on about Disney long enough to know that I am a Disney nerd. And that while I don't condone, while I'm not willing to, like, how can I put this? While I'm not one to ignore Disney's malpractices over the years, I mean, Epcot's original idea was almost supposed to be like a human zoo, and oh my god, I just remember this. Okay, so while Disney was developing Epcot, he came to a certain country that was at the time under an authoritarian regime. Said authoritarian regime tried to make tourism into a big thing, but it also wanted to keep its population under control. That certain country was Portugal. Disney visited Portugal while he was developing Epcot, which, in all fairness, like, if you actually go and look at what Epcot was going to be, it was almost legit a human zoo. I mean, this is, you know, this is like hyperbolizing a bit, but the idea behind Epcot, which, by the way, the name Epcot, what does it mean? It's like experimental prototype community of tomorrow. That's what Epcot means. So yeah, okay, in this very stream you mentioned Celebration, Florida, right? Well, Epcot was proto-Celebration, but turned up to 11. Here's the thing about Epcot. Epcot's idea was that you were going to have this big city, and it was going to be all futuristic and stuff, and you would have the place where people would sleep and the place where people would work, and you would have monorails connecting those two sides, like those two districts, or various districts. Of course, Epcot was not going to have just two districts, but, you know, it would have a bunch of work districts and a bunch of housing districts. So yeah, but one thing that Disney also had in mind was that people could visit Epcot and look at people while they were going about their daily lives, be it working, be it relaxing. Like, yeah. That was what the plan for Epcot was. Yes, exactly, Elmer. You know the clip that I'm talking about. Yep. While he was here, during that time, that's when he was developing Epcot. And I'm like, dude, I am almost 100% sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm almost 100% sure that one of the reasons why he visited Portugal was to see if his idea could be actually done. Because that's basically what Salazar was turning Portugal into. Like, a human zoo in which tourists could come and spend their money, but where the populace was tame and wouldn't, make a fuss out of being observed. That's also why we have a lot of folkloric music. Like, a lot of folkloric music in Portugal did not look the way that it does now. It only became that way during Salazar's tenure, because they felt that Portugal needed a stronger image. Like, a bunch of legends were also made during that time. Like, one of the biggest Portuguese icons, like the Galo de Barcelos, the Barcelos rooster, like, that you see in every single Portuguese thing, that was made up. That legend was made up by one of his propaganda officers. It didn't, like, its earliest instance is, I think, 1920 somethings. Like, it's not like yeah. Yeah, it is crazy. Can't wait for the world of tomorrow, where it will become mere entertainment for incoming visitors. Such a promising future. Yeah. So basically, yeah. The reason why is yes, Elmer, didn't you know? Didn't you know? Yeah, no, the Galo Barcelos was made up by Salazar's propaganda officer at the time. Yes. Yes, the legend didn't exist before then. Yeah. So Epcot was Lisbon and Margem Sul tourists included. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Not creepy or weird at all, to quote Mecha Paul. Isn't this just Portugal catching up on 19th century's romanticisms, reinventing national identities? I am pretty sure, like, again, this was 1920s, 1930s at the latest. So yeah, there was still a lot of shockwaves from that. And from World War One, Yeah. Wow, such lore dump in this stream. Yeah. Yeah, like, we've been all over. We've been all over with this stuff. Portugal is currently in 2014. I would say that it's currently in 2016. More like. I would say that it's more like in 2016 or 2017. A little later than 2014, but yeah, still, kind of behind the times, like, still catching up, because that's what Portugal does. That's the best thing that we can do. And yes, because while I'm from Atlantis, again, remember, in lore, I also spend a lot of time in Portugal, so I am. Okay, but Portugal's 90s ended in 2009. Well, I mean, I guess there could be an argument for that. But as someone who was around to experience the entirety of the 2000s, and I've mentioned this previously on this stream, you could tell that it was very different from the 90s. Unless you want to consider Portugal's 90s their 80s, but the fashions are all wrong. The fashions are all wrong, and the technology is also all wrong. Because at that time, Portugal did catch up a little bit. But yeah. This made me remember this dialogue in a Batman game that was like, Arkham City, what next? Arkham Country? Got him Arkham World? Well, the same, but with Disney, yeah. I mean, we already have Disney World, but it's not what good Uncle Walt envisioned. Because Walt Disney World was made because they couldn't make Epcot. Epcot was the Florida project, not Walt Disney World. The Magic Kingdom came afterwards. The reason why there is a Walt Disney World in Florida right now is because of Epcot. All those Eastern Europeans took some contemporary poets' fanfics and turned them into their national mythologies. Let's modernize Portugal by doing the same. Yep. Good old Luís de Camões, making like, oh yeah, you know what's barely used? You know what mythology is barely used? Greek and Roman mythology, like, that's barely used. That's original. That's amazing. That's... You know, Elmer, that is actually pretty interesting because at first I thought that Euro Disney, like, once I learned, this is one of those, this is one of those moments where performer and character intertwine, because I want to talk about this in first person, but okay. Olá pessoal, daqui fala performer do Atari. Okay, sorry, in English. This is Atari's performer speaking. Man, like he said, old habits die hard. Okay, so, fun fact. One of my first cassette tapes, well, VHS tapes, was The Little Mermaid, and it came with an ad for Euro Disney, which at the time had just opened or was about to open. And since I was a very, very little kid at that time, I thought, because all the Disney movies, all the Disney stuff that I watched was in Brazilian Portuguese. I thought that Disneyland, or Euro Disney, keep in mind, Euro Disney was in Brazil. Because that's the language that the cartoon spoke. How could it not be? How could it not be in Brazil? My mind was blown once I found out that it was actually in France. And that made me think, oh, then maybe Disney movies are made in France, because that's where Euro Disney is. That's where Disney is. So yeah, that was a fun thing that I thought for a few years. Okay, back to you, Atari. Yeah. The channeling of inner performers. Oh, she didn't say hello. She didn't say hello, Barney. I'm sorry. wait, I'll get her back. I'll get her back in a bit. Hello, Barney. Okay, I'm going now. Bye. I see your point, Atari's performer. I felt that with House of Mouse, with text in Portuguese and dubbed. It felt so made in Portugal. Yeah, so many talented animators in Portugal, right? We certainly don't need to outsource. I certainly don't need to outsource our animation whenever we need to make it. I mean, when they soon had a fully fledged second animation studio within the parks, I don't blame her for thinking that. I mean, yeah. 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 Yeah, but yeah, like, we just mentioned it. The Florida studio was in Walt Disney World. So yeah, you could literally go there and see it. And see the movies getting made. Man. Okay, I speak for myself and my performer here. I wish that I was able to have visited Walt Disney World in the early 2000s. Like, in the early 2000s, maybe on the year 2000. Like, on the actual year 2000. Like, because there was so much stuff that was so interesting about that park at the time. Also, like, and I do say like the early 2000s because, like, for example, Brother Bear was the last movie that they made there in the studio, and man, would it have been an honor to be able to watch Brother Bear being made. Like, But then I had, oh yeah, I shared the same feeling, but then I had to be born a few years later, yeah. Oh, right, that's what they were working on at that time. Right, it was also the Florida studio. I keep forgetting that Lilo and Stitch was animated in Florida. Ah! Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, that would have been... Can you imagine going to Walt Disney World and going to, yeah, the MGM studios? I mean, I think that by then it was already, like, Walt Disney animated studios or whatever. Hollywood Studios? No, I think it was MGM still. I think it was still MGM in 2000. I'll have to recheck. Yeah, no, like, watching Lilo and Stitch being made. Man. Oh man, the memories that will never be made. Actually, is it me or did the Epcot Human Zoo idea get reused at the Disney Florida studio? To an extent, maybe. To an extent, maybe. But I don't think that it was as bad. I don't think that it was as bad because I do think that you needed, you know, like, permission to be in there. It wasn't like, oh yeah, no, this is part of the show. No. I need to do more research on it, but I do think that it was, you know, a bit more consent-y. Like, I do think that there was a little bit more consent involved in that. Hi, Neku. How are ya? Man. Okay, so I don't have room for the brewery. All of this to say that, yeah, I'm a Disney fan, but I'm not going to say, oh yeah, no, Disney is perfect. You know, like those Disney adults that we mentioned already in this very stream. Like, I'm not that naive. Fortunately or unfortunately. I can see through the capitalistic thing. Like, I also don't know, like, what happened to Bob Iger. Like, he wasn't this bad, I swear. Like, what happened? What happened, Bob Iger? Did you get all the wrong lessons from Bob Paycheck? Is that what happened? But that doesn't make a lot of sense. Same here. I see the dreams and the nightmares. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Okay, finally the shaman. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just like I am with Disney, I'm also like with Sega. Even though, like, with Sega, I'm not as
I'm not as knowledgeable about their screw ups. Disney is kind of a special case because they're so high, because they're so high profile. Yeah, high profile, and it's a lot easier to do research. Like, there's a lot more information available. So yeah, I think it's a Disney CEO curse. You work at the company for more than 10 years and thus become the very thing you swore to destroy. First Eisner, now Iger. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You either die a hero, or you live enough to see yourself become a villain. I always use that quote applied to Michael Eisner. Always. And with that, I just looked at the time, and I think that I better stop for today. I think it was a pretty good run of islands that I had. Maybe I'll go on some other time when I feel this, just like, you know, chatting and just chilling. I do like this game a lot. Yeah. Also, I'm not just a Disney fan. I have a special place for Disney in my heart, but I also like animation in general. Oh, yeah. No, I'm like that too, Elmer. Like, I just use Disney because they're kind of like on their own sort of thing, but like I still have a major goal of watching like all of the Hanna-Barbera movies, all of the Rankin Bass movies, all of the Blue Sky movies, like all the animation studios. Like, I'm still, yeah. A chill stream for a fittingly chill game. Animation nerd culture for the win! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yes, indeed! Release Coyote versus Acme! I know that nobody's gonna listen to like that, just a random VTuber talking about that. Like, how many VTubers have actually mentioned like Release Coyote versus Acme? Because like if I'm the only one, then there should be more. There should be more. Yeah. Today was a nice peaceful stream, a lore heavy stream, the one where you got some things off your chest. Yeah, no, all in all, I think it was a pretty good one. Now, let me just prep up. Okay, I'm going to send you off to someone else, because I'm trying to get this whole raid thing. I want to get used to this whole raid thing. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to stick around if you're not interested in whatever the person that I send you to is doing. But yeah, if you like it, just say hi for me. Our best bet, you might be the only one. Whoa. I am tapping into a niche market here. I am tapping into a niche market. Holy crap. Yeah, I rated you guys to Doki Bird. I don't think that she noticed. I don't think that she noticed, because she was too busy with Dynasty Warriors, but her chat definitely noticed. Okay, so I have a couple of options here, but I am going to send you to a fellow Atlantugese person, if that's okay with you. Release Coyote versus Acme! Release Coyote versus Acme! Release Coyote versus Acme! Okay, please. But please, do not go spamming that. Do not go spamming that to the stream that I'm going to send you to.
Okay. But yeah. Tell them I say hi. This really small streamer who's from Atlantis. I will spam it once. No, Elmer, please don't. Please don't. Okay. 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 I think that the raid is ready. The raid is ready. So yeah, save. Okay. And now, whether you're watching this live, or the VOD, or a lurker, or a member that just didn't show and that just happened to not show up today, know that your presence is always appreciated. And see you soon. Is it span if it's only one? If it's just once? Oh man, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. But like they're a corpo, so I'm not sure if it's a good idea. Like also, I don't know how they feel about like Looney Tunes. I don't know. Use your best judgment. Use your best judgment with that. Okay? I trust you guys. Okay? Okay. And see you soon. Or, as they say in Atlantis, Ekabe! Bye! What? Star Quartz, what? Okay. 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 And with that, Ekabe! Bye!